It is imperative that you, ladies and gentlemen, begin paying attention to what I am speaking to you in a serious manner. There was a significant statement made by BlackRock, and although I am aware that this announcement was made yesterday, I am going to provide you guys with a great deal of fresh, essential bits of information on this particular partnership that has never been presented in any other video that has covered this subject. So, what exactly is the latest news? The VanEck US V-bill is where you may find BlackRock or Biddlestock. Those who possess tokenized funds will soon be able to redeem their shares for RLUSD ETH through Securitize, which will soon be available for RLUSD XRPL. First and foremost, this is enterprise-grade rapid on-chain liquidity, and it is going to take place on the XRPL blockchain. This is an entirely new use case that the majority of individuals had not before considered for themselves. There is a large amount of on-chain liquidity, and the tokenization of the stock market is massive to varied degrees. Nevertheless, this is going to be of tremendous benefit to all of the individuals who are a part of this cooperation, including those who possess XRP certificates. I am aware that some of you may not have a complete comprehension of blockchain technology. However, if there are trillions of dollars worth of transactions taking place on the XRPL, regardless of whether those transactions are in XRP or not, it is going to be a huge benefit to XRPM since it has a lot more use cases and adoption for XRP. According to the Ethereum chain, there are billions of dollars worth of transactions that take place every single day on USDT stable currency, in case you were unaware of this fact. Due to the fact that this causes a large number of users to purchase Ethereum in order to pay for the gas fees, they simply hoas LD Ethereum because of the influence of network adoption. Consequently, what we are witnessing are some of the most significant institutions in the world, such as VanEck and BlackRock, to name just a couple of them. Individuals who are now putting the extensive variety of services that Ripple provides on the XRPL to use in order to make their objective a reality. An understatement would be to say that the volume is in the trillions of dollars. For the sake of demonstrating to you how significant this is, I'm going to go ahead and break down the real figures here. And this is something that a great number of individuals have not done up to this point. Consequently, at this very moment, what we are essentially witnessing is Ripple's announcement of the cooperation with Securitize, BlackRock, and VanEck. As a redemption off-ramp for both funds, the integration of Ripple's RLUSD stablecoin is being considered. On demand, holders are now able to exchange their shares for RLUSD, and full support for the XRP ledger will soon be available. This places the XRPL in a position to serve as a settlement layer for these assets, taking advantage of its increased speed and reduced fees. However, XRP serves as a bridge asset for liquidity and cross-chain transfers, which enhances the function that XRPL plays in RWA tokenization. This is because RLUSD is responsible for handling primary redemptions. Beyond this straightforward relationship, the fact that BlackRock and VanEck are utilizing XRP for RWA tokenization is a significant development that has far-reaching implications. For all intents and purposes, this is the beta test for the off-ramping of all real-world asset tokenization. In the not-too-distant future, this sector is going to be the most important one. On a number of times, BlackRock has expressed their desire for RWA tokenization to become the standard GOI going forward. Their goal is to be able to trade anything and everything. The provision of rapid liquidity to these solutions, regardless of whether it is real estate or something else entirely, is GOI. The crux of the matter is that Grok is essentially stating that a bullish, high institutional flow scenario will drive the price of XRP between $10 and $15 all by itself. Just with this one simple partnership alone, it is possible that the price of XRP may reach between $50 and $120 per coin by the year 2030. This is not considering exchange-traded funds, ETFs, nor is it counting any other type of cross-border payment or anything along those lines, which XRP is also built to handle. Rather, this is only discussing the RWA element of things. Please give that some thought and give it some time to sink in here. I want you to give it some thought. People are currently sleeping on XRP, despite the fact that this is arguably the single largest update that has ever occurred for the XRPL. I know that it is currently trading at 296 and that it has moved up a little bit on the day, but it is nothing in comparison to the potential that it has in the future. To answer your question, yes, I will be keeping XRP for a considerable amount of time, and I will be preparing myself for it to move quite a bit more than it is at the moment. In addition, I believe it is of the utmost importance for you all to comprehend that the Federal Reserve is likely going to proceed with the reduction of interest rates. Therefore, two things are going to take place at the same time, and the demand for XRP from institutions is going to skyrocket and become quite widespread. The amount of money involved is in the trillions and trillions of dollars, and it will explode like nothing we have ever seen before. There has never been any flow in. Rates are going to be lowered by the Federal Reserve, which will result in increased liquidity in the markets. The money is going to flood in like a tsunami. Okay, this is what takes place, and the statistics cannot be refuted to any degree. If the Federal Reserve decides to reduce interest rates, the price of equities will increase 3 months later, and it will typically close higher 12 months later as well. Despite the fact that it is the simplest wager of your entire life, I am aware that some of you are going to look at this and you are still going to manage to botch it up. You are going to listen to someone who is pessimistic and who gives you incorrect information because they are not fully informed, and as a result, you are going to be completely ruined. In order to bring to your attention the facts, I am here. The jobs market is in a poor state. Rates need to be lowered by the Federal Reserve. Should they fail to reduce rates, they will be failing to fulfill their primary responsibility, which is to maintain a manageable level of unemployment. The unemployment rate is currently at pandemic levels, which is essentially the same degree of unemployment that we were experiencing in February of 2020. They reduced the rates this month for this reason. As a result, it is highly probable that they will reduce rates once more the following month and possibly even the month after that. Before the end of this year, they anticipate 2 additional rate reductions to take place. The only thing you need to know is that this is something that we have seen happen in November of last year, even if it is only a 25 basis point reduction. Make your way back. Take a look at the pricing of XRP in November of last year for confirmation. Before that event took place, I had been covering XRP on a daily basis for years, and I was stating the exact same thing that I am saying right now. Price action is the effect of rate reductions. They just do that, and that is a truth that cannot be refuted. Simply said, that is what takes place, and it does not take place immediately. It is estimated that it takes approximately 3 months for it to be visible in the markets, as the majority of people will have you think. And of course, in general, the same as I was saying a year later, in light of the examples we've seen in the past, we always close higher. Let's get this out of the way. Today is XRP 296, and we did have a good run up here. I mean, we reached our lowest point, such as way over here. I just wanted to let you know that we were trading down at 267 or something like back when we were here. It seems to me that we have reached the lowest point of what? It is 267.98. Correct. We make purchases in that area. At this point, we have reached an even greater level. At the moment, we are trading at a price of $296, which is almost $3. That is wonderful. We have just recently received a really excellent entry, and we are taking profits here on this good pump up after we have experienced a nice solid decrease right here. There is a purchase that is visible to you right there. Taking gains right here and now is what we're doing. I want to make sure that you guys get access to all of these trades, and there are 2 different ways you can do so. The first approach is to acquire access to the Crusader signal, which provides you with the bottoms. With that, you are in the number 1 spot. To begin, it provides you with buy and sell signals as soon as they occur, and it is incredibly accurate. That brings us to the first place, and by the way, you can join up for this indication right now. This is quite simple. Just now, we conducted a simulation that covered the past 5 months. In the past 5 months, if you had been utilizing this indication, you would have made 4 times as much money as you did while XRP was moving in a horizontal direction. Correct. This does not take into account the enormous months in which the price of XRP has skyrocketed. In the next 5 months, we are only going to discuss the trading side of XRP. By utilizing this indicator, you can get X of your money. Our simulations have demonstrated that this is the case, particularly during periods of time when XRP continues to rise and then explodes. Within the span of a single month, I was able to 4x my money by utilizing the strategy that this indicator demonstrates to you guys. Therefore, I want you guys to get ready for this because it is going to happen very soon. If you do not have this indicator, you will not be able to find the entries, exits, and everything else that it offers to you guys. The buy-sell boom is as clear as the day. Simply put, it is that simple. Consequently, you have the option of selecting your plan on a monthly, quarterly, or annual basis just by going ahead and doing so. The end of it, this is your Uncle Bob, boom. Register for whatever one you choose to do so. You guys need to get down there. Simply put, it is that simple. Therefore, if you want to hit the like button and subscribe, if you find the content to be enjoyable, you should do that. I'll see you guys very soon, and I hope you all have a wonderful time.